Welcome, everyone. My name is Paula Phillips, also known as Journal Artista. It's Sunday over here in Ontario, 1 p.m. Eastern. We're doing a little live art and chat, day number 14. I have to clean off my desk from last night. I stopped streaming at I don't know, was it 1 in the morning? When I looked at my phone, it was after midnight anyway, so it was pretty late. So I just turned the light off and shut the door. Good afternoon, Christy, or good morning, depending where you are in the world. All right, my phone is going to die. Very bad news. All right, so I'm going to clean my desk off from last night. So I woke up this morning. I went outside to partake in my bad habit, and there was an Amazon delivery. And this was like, oh my goodness, I was up for a few hours before I went outside to have a smoke, so I was after 8 a.m. anyways. So Amazon delivered, I don't know, super early in the morning, I guess, on a Sunday. I had to buy Bella a new leash and a couple other things. Ant traps. Hi, Tess. Good morning, Jan, or good afternoon. Hi, Linda. Welcome. And I did get these two arty things and two books. They're shipping things like so randomly. I guess it depends on which warehouse it comes out of. All right. Clean up my stuff from yesterday. Hopefully everybody had a good evening. And had a good morning so far. What do I have? Yes. I need to keep out. That. Sprays, put that back. Put back my stamps, my carving tools. Paint. I think I'll fill my that last night I showed that Medine palette or Meeden or however you pronounce it. I'll fill it. I'm gonna excuse me. Oh boy, tickling my throat. Coffee. Yeah, I'll fill that Medine palette with the Artisa Gouache. Good afternoon, Judy. Hey, Gail. Hey, Laura. Hey, Zandra. Something about Lake Ontario. Hi, Fiona. How are you, my friend? Christy, do you live close to me? Spent the afternoon yesterday on the Lake Ontario beach. Or are you on the American side of Lake Ontario? Hopefully you are well, my friend. I don't know, because you remember the palette came with empty pans. So should we fill the pans or just put it directly in the palette? Well, first we have to find where I put the palette. That could be a problem. All right, get my chair. After I showed it last night, where would I have put it? Oh, you're in Rochester on the. Oh yes, I remember now, Christy. I could be like take a boat directly across from where I am, and I'll hit Rochester. Where I am on Lake Ontario. All right, we have this. Put that in there. Put this back. Beautiful day out here. It's actually kind of humid. Good morning or good afternoon, Carrie Ann. So a couple things I got. I got Uniball Vision Elite refills. So remember the pans, and I need to find one that is empty, which would be probably in the living room. So this Vision Elite, probably a medium point. I don't know. But when I was ordering these refills, it was 2 for like $4. Black, but it's bold point 0.8, which I think is bigger than this one. I don't know, but it was cheaper to buy the refills rather than, because I bought, when I originally bought the Uniball Vision Elites, I think it comes in a package you can get, you can get them in different sizes, but it's 3 a.m., my friend. Sweet goodness. You can buy a package of 3 or 6 or 8, or I don't know. So I got me some refills of my favorite pen. And some of you guys may have this already. So my other one. So remember I bought the Ohuhu alcohol markers. What was that, like 4 or 5 years ago? A long time ago. And they have this now. So you guys have probably already seen it, but it's new to me, my friends. It costs, I think it was $20 Canadian. Cheap. And it's their paint pens. How many are there? 36. So they're acrylic paint markers. So you know what? Look, it comes with some extra tips. I would have not known that unless I dumped out that entire thing. That would have been sitting there for 20 years. Oh, and it gives you some instructions. I like me some instructions. Ohuhu acrylic paint markers. When using, please shake the pen up and down to make the ink evenly mixed. All right, so we have to shake the pens. Press the nib down 5 to 8 times, 2 to 3 seconds each time at first use until the ink seeps out. And then draw lines on the paper. When the lines are even and smooth, it's ready to go. Cover after. Warm the tips. Showing you how to rechange the tips. What a nice little thing. Hey, actually impressed about that little instruction book for something. But how many are in here? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 40. Must be a 40 set. So they look like this. Oop, well, maybe let's not show the white one, the fluorescent yellow one. My apologies for the autofocus. Oh my goodness, Carrie Ann. Yeah, it's time to get up, my friend. In Fredericton. Really? Awesome, Fiona. Yeah, because so that was your brother that lives in Maine that you used to visit and moving to Canada? Shake. Are there any duplicate colors? Good question. And I think there's a bigger set too. I just got, it was like I said, $20. So you can see that they separate. This one, it looks like it's going to be metallic, maybe not. So, like with anything, right? You get what you pay for. The tip looks like this. So I don't expect them to be the standard of like Posca paint pens or whatnot. But for $20, like 50 cents a pen, right? I think it was 50 Canadian, which is pretty cheap. But let's see. It doesn't look like that. Well, let's take my thing out. I'll have to swatch these later in my sketchbook. Doesn't look like there's any duplicates, but there's some pens that are pretty close in color, right? More of a dusty pink, more fluorescent pink. So let's prime one of these bad boys. Let's use a color I probably won't use very often. Yeah, that narrows it down. Oh well, we'll use this rusty whatever color. Like I said, I've been out of the loop for over a year and a half, so I don't know what's new, what's not new. or but you know me, I like to research, so I couldn't pass up 20 paint pens for 20 bucks or 40 Canadian, 40 paint, sweet love and goodness, 40 paint pens for $20 Canadian. Good morning, my friend Eileen. How are you today, my girl? So we're going to test those out, and this is all our good friend Kathy's fault. Kathy Arbor, Kathy with a K, Arbour, over here on the YouTubes. Definitely want to check out her channel. She showed us this book the other day. I don't know. I watched her stream. I was there the entire time. It was wonderful. But for some reason, I don't know why, this book is smaller than an average size book. Like, if this is cut and collage, like the normal size book, right? This one's tiny. I didn't know I expected it to be like, 8.5 by 11 type size. It is 7 or 6 3/4 by 9.5. Still beautiful. I mean, look at his nose. So Kathy Arbor here on YouTube did a project out of this. Not this past Thursday. She streams every Thursday at 1. I'm absolutely going to blame it on you, Kathy. At 1 p.m. Eastern. If you go to her channel, she has Amazon affiliates. She has American, Canadian, and the UK, I think. So go check her out. Check her video. She'll have it linked in the description below. Some of her favorite art books, and this one would be one of them. But look, I love how this is my favorite part. Hi, Jonna. Good morning. Hi, Julie. I am JK. Julie is here, my friends. Where's Laurel? Laurel's not here yet. Maybe Laurel's taking that out. I love that. So check out Kathy's channel. She did an amazing. Let me see if I can find the one that she did. Look at that. Beautiful. Eileen, did you see me using my 2004 Making Memories rub-ons last night? My 16-year-old rub-ons, they worked. They worked. Look at it. Let's just quickly flip to the one that she did. I love this type of art. Oh, man. Oh, Canada geese. Oh, look at that eagle. Wow. Hi, Jamie Edge. Hi, Laurel. There she is. Dun, dun, dun. Hope everyone is doing... Look at that guy. Hopefully everybody's doing well this morning. We're going to do some art here in a moment. I just flipping through what I got from... Oh, look, there's some... All right, she did something with flowers. Was it from this book? I'm pretty sure. Or at least she just showed this book and I bought it, and that wasn't the book that she... There are so many wonderful watercolor books. It's hard to remember which one that she used. The one that had the flowers, not Kathy, not the one you did this week. With the Stamperia paper. The one last Thursday, you did those flowers. Wasn't it from this book? Isn't that why I bought this book? Maybe I can't blame you. Anyways, check out Kathy Arbor's channel over here on the YouTube. Maybe not. Maybe it was out of another book you made me buy. Ding, 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 ding. Let me just I'm trying to see, but I can't see it. So maybe I'm making a liar out of myself over here. I think I am. It wasn't from this book, was it? I'm making a liar of myself. All right, so I take that back. This is another book Kathy made us buy. It's not the one that she was using. Oh, boy. Good morning, Tori. Or good afternoon. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. From Sonoma County, California. It has a deer on the front. Maybe that's the one I bought digitally? I don't know. Colleen made me buy some watercolor books. Kathy made me buy some watercolor books. Dee Dee made me buy some books. Dee Dee always makes me buy books. Not makes. I love Dee Dee's book suggestions. Speaking of which, and I got this as well. I may have one of these already. Oh, I feel so embarrassed. Well, I shouldn't be embarrassed. I can't remember. I'm gonna have to go look at some old videos to see if I have this book already. I might. So remember, because Dee Dee was talking about Taschen books again the other day. Dee Dee is Dee Dee Willingham, D-E-D-E Willingham here on the YouTube. She streams every Monday and Wednesday morning, 9 Eastern. Awesome show. So this is a Cabinet of Natural Curiosities, the entire collection. Based on the copy of, oh sweet love and goodness, I cannot pronounce that. We will not go there. The complete plates in color. So there's like some stuff if you want to. This is in a different language. Did I buy the French version? Maybe it is only in French. This is French. Oh, well, I can learn up on practice. I haven't read French in years. I took French all through high school, right up until grade 12. I guess the whole point of this book is all pictures. Anyways, it's all of his illustrations, scientific illustrations like we were talking about the other day. I might have bought this book already. Maybe the other book I have is in English and I'll have one in Oh, that's terrible. I can't remember if I bought it. I don't know. I like these little reference books though. It was on sale, so I bought it. I think it was $20. I think it was 40 or 50% off. Oh, my apologies. My camera's auto-focusing in and out. Is it off? Oh, no. There's English at the front. So I guess that at the introduction is English, chapter in English, chapter in French. We're all good. All right. We're all good. Look at that. Ooh, tarantulas. Parlez-vous français? If it has filet mignon. Eileen, I don't know if you saw, I have that book, cut and collage one. Oh my sweet goodness, it's got some weird things in there. Weird things. Weird things. So I've got to research to see if I already have that book or not. So let's prime one of these paint pens while we're over here. See how it works. Tori can order a beer in French. So what I like about this, it is a clear barrel, so you can see if the paint is completely mixed or not. The pigment. I like that aspect. All right, as I give this a good shake, I'm going to try to find that palette that I bought yesterday. Dun, dun, dun. Shake. Get some exercise over here. Got to change hands. Don't want to have one hand bulked up more than the other. All right, I found the empty package for it. Wow. Let's just prime it here. All right. So as I was saying last night, I do not have the best of luck with paint pens. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I truly appreciate it. So I primed it a little bit. Let's just keep it. I'm going to keep it standing up over here. We'll let it do its thing, and we'll come back to it. We'll come back to it later. But not bad. $20. Is anybody else in have any experience with these bad boys? Is it junk? Should I even try them? Where Eileen's asking where the bathroom is in French. Yeah. This is what we were spraying in yesterday. I think I might just. I'm thinking, which is never a good. Let me see. Let's drink some coffee. Think of what do I want to work on? Yeah, Poscas. Like I was saying yesterday, my Sharpie paint pens and I do not get along. No matter what I do with the white especially for years. This has been my problem for 20 years. I do not know how to work a Sharpie paint pen. All right, I need to find. Where is my new palette, my friends? Oh, there isn't. Like I cleaned up, so there's not that many space. Well, let me refresh that. There are lots of spaces that it could be. Oh, well, here, it's right underneath where this was. So what do we think? If you weren't here last night for Stencil Saturday, during my stream, I got at like 9 o'clock at night, an Amazon delivery. I got one 9 o'clock last night on a Saturday night, and then this morning before 8 a.m. on a Sunday. Thank you, Amazon, for delivery. So if you remember last night, this is the little palette. It's Meadine or Meadin. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I've since I've been watercoloring, I've always liked the Meadine brand, which is just Meadine isn't manufacturing anything; they just relabel other stuff. It comes with a little dish for water in this one, and it came with, I think this is a 36 pan palette. Came with all the empty half pans, and the half pans will fit. See. Go like this, and then they fit in the. Again, my friends, my apologies for my camera settings. I shall have. It's not shipped yet, but I have a new computer either this week or next week. Thank you so much to all those that have joined the Journal Artista membership. Because of you, I'm able to do this. I know the membership. All what I'm earning, I'm investing right back into my channel. And priority number one was getting my making it so that I can record and edit proper videos and control my camera. So by next week, thank you again so much, everybody. Yeah, so I guess you can put the paint directly into these wells, or put them in. Never throw out my empty paint tubes. Why not, Eileen? What am I supposed to do with them? What am I supposed to do with empty paint tubes? I just threw out, not watercolor, I threw out some Liquitex Basics ones that I used up the other night. What am I supposed to be doing with them? Who knows? John, I'm scared. So, what do you think, guys? Should I put my Arteza stuff in the half pans and putting them in here, or should I put it directly into the pan? Well, the thing is, this is plastic. This is not a metal or ceramic or metal case like the other Meadine palettes. So plastic gouache might stain, right? I saw a girl paint them, emboss them, and add them to a canvas. Amazing. Oh, that sounds wonderful, Eileen. That reminds me of Dee Dee's. Who remembers that? Back in the day, Making Memories, when Making Memories came out with craft paint. Who remembers that in early 2000s? And it came in, the craft paint, at first anyways, came in those bottles. They weren't glass, but they were those little, I probably have some in the dark side of the room. Those little bottles with the tiny metal lid on it that you had could barely ever get off, and then you couldn't get the paint out of them. Does anybody remember that? And Dee Dee has these shadow boxes. She showed them years ago. I don't know if she showed them recently. And she created these shadow boxes with those empty paint bottles. If I remember correctly, I think so. I haven't seen her show it in a long time, but I always loved that. I always loved she created a little shadow box with collage and other things other than these Making Memories paint bottles. I think, anyways. But that does sound wonderful. I really like that idea, Eileen. I really like that idea. I can add it to this canvas I've never finished in 10 years. Oh boy. So what do we think, guys? Gouache directly into the palette, save these half pans for watercolors and different stuff, or put the gouache in these little palettes and protect, because it might stain, right? Protect that. I love how this works. Folds up like this, folds up like that. I mean, they're calling it it's not airtight, but it's a little bit better, I guess, than the metal ones. I need my friends' expert opinions. Hi, Gelli. Good morning. Good afternoon. Yeah, it's not really airtight. Don't you need? Let's open this. Like I was saying earlier, I really liked a presentation of this Arteza gouache. I'm curious about who makes what manufacturer. Arteza is a brand that obviously relabel like brand stuff. If you look at the box, it says it's designed in the USA, manufactured in China. So it's obviously like I don't know if it's the same then as some of the other student grade, but everybody's telling me half pants. Good morning or good afternoon, Shauna. Happy Sunday. And I just threw out two watercolor, like those tubes. Remember that one I cut open? But it's okay. I've got I'm going to have empty watercolor tubes. I'm going to separate pans. All right. Everybody's seeing separate pans. So this holds 36. And this is a 24 set of Arteza. But I know, like when you're using gouache, I believe, anyway, somebody, again, correct me if I'm wrong. There's a cool gouache book coming out, but it's not coming out till September. If anybody has any book recommendations on gouache, I'd love to know them. So there's 36 colors, but with gouache, right, you're more to change colors. Like, so with watercolor, you use a lot of water, right? If you want to wash, use more water, concentration, whatever. But if you're working with gouache, correct me if I'm wrong, you need a lot of white, right? You use a lot of white. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 24. I like this. This reminds me of like Jenga or something. Like, no, light brighter. I don't know. Something I used as a kid. Oh, I've already said that. Anybody creating any art today? Oh, my word, Eileen. What you showed on Twitter, my friend, with that Stamperia, that book you made and the tags. Absolutely gorgeous. So inspiring. I absolutely loved it. 24, 28, 30, 32. Oh, what am I doing? I'm only having 24. So I'm only going to do the top and the bottom row. I'm only having 24. Drink some coffee, Grammar's hard. But it's so true. What Stamperia is awesome, but I absolutely loved your book. I loved it. It's not very often we get Eileen blesses us on Twitter with her art. So if you see it, you gotta read it up. Marianne Moss does a lot with gouache. That name sounds familiar. Oh yeah, the screw top lids on some of those watercolor paints are rough. Ooh, Laurel doodling their planner at work. Is it a happy planner, Laurel? Do you use the happy planner? Or? Jamie's been thinking. I've been thinking about art and journal pages and junk. Yes, thinking about it counts. I've been thinking about it for 6 months. That counts. If it doesn't count, I'm in trouble. All right, we're just going to use. So white, what I was saying about white, I probably need more than one pan for white, right? Hi, Tracy. How are you, my friend? Mary Ann. I'm going to write that name down. Mary Ann Moss. That really sounds familiar. Do I already have a book? Does she have any books? I don't know. Do I subscribe to her on YouTube? I don't know. Name sounds familiar to me. So how many pans should I do of white then? Titanium white. Because I think you need it for mixing a lot, right? Oh, you made it out of a download. Hey, there's downloads are awesome too. All right. Titanium white. I think I'm going to put titanium white over here. Put one on this side. One on this side. One in the palette. So I just put the white. Oh, Paula. I just put that white directly in the pan without a half pan. Ah, well, it's only white, I guess. White's not going to stain it. How not to fill a pan? All right. Eileen ordered something today. What did you order? I just found out about it. It's rusting powder and it looks so cool to use. It has to activate with vinegar. What? You ordered something today. Found out about it. It's rusting powder. Is it science, Eileen? Like, oh. I guess I do a lot of experimenting, but sweet goodness, I guess it is. Is it something that will make me, something I can do indoors? Is it going to give me a reaction like citrusol? But I feel I didn't watch the Tim Holtz thing yesterday, but I saw that it's on the replay. I'm going to watch it today, uh, later on. Oh, one thing I did, but I did say it last night. I've been waiting for it, but the members things I'm doing, why I'm asking people for their art. I bought one of these. It's not here yet. I have the other things with it. So I bought a Canon Ivy portable printer. I actually bought the Click Plus. So it's a camera as well as a printer. So anything that you guys, my members that are sharing with me or whatnot, I'm going to be printing out your art on these little sticker sheets and adding it in. So that's why I'm asking those that are members for if they want to choose their art or choose to share their art with me, and I can print it out in a sticker. But to be honest, the real reason why I bought a Canon Ivy or a portable printer. I've wanted one for years, my friends, but they're expensive. When I first started bullet journaling, you saw a lot, back 4 years ago or whenever, people had them. I don't know if it was Canon Ivy, but they were super expensive. Those printers, super. But now, I mean, they're still expensive. Don't get me wrong, but a little bit more affordable. But what I bought them for is because I saw somebody. I love me my Animal Crossing, and yes, I take notes. I have an Animal Crossing uh, comp book, and I haven't done any art in it. I've just been taking notes. I like to take notes. Who's on my island? Things that my visitors say to me. Sometimes they give you hints. Anyways, but I was watching a girl that does the same type of thing, like planners or art. Well, I wouldn't say it's an art journal, but she does some drawing in it. Anyways, she printed out pictures on your Switch or Switch Lite. It can take screenshots, which you've seen me update. Like I've pushed to Facebook or uh, Twitter more than once, but you can print out. So I can update these. I can upload the pictures from my Switch, the screenshots from my Switch of my game, and upload them to Facebook and then print them out. Simon thinks I'm absolutely nuts for wanting to print out my Animal Crossing, but I want to document it like your island, my island, anyways, because I'm playing in real time every day. There's new things every day, new improvements, or as I change my island and different visitors, different villagers, whatever. So I'm so excited for this, not just for my Animal Crossing stuff, but to incorporate your guys' art into my art as well. But this one's cool. It's an Ivy Click Plus. I'll show you when I get it in the mail. Um, so the refill sheets came before the actual printer. But it's not just printing Animal Crossing stuff. You can print anything. I'm so excited. I can do it indoors, Eileen. Ooh, send me a link on Twitter. I would love. It's powder. Is that something you would buy on? Can you buy on Amazon, or is it like something that you buy on Home Depot? All right, on Home Depot, at Home Depot. So let's fill this. The tubes, like the Arteza. This is the first time, like I said, I haven't used any Arteza products before, so it's the first time. It says Arteza Premium Gouache. Excuse me. Premium, but the cap seems to come off really well. There's no separation. Sometimes when you open a tube of watercolor or whatnot, you get the binder. You get that little, oh no, you get the stuff come out. I've got to keep them in that same row because when I swatch it, I'm going to have to write down the color names. Coming out of the tube nicely, nice consistency. My apologies again for the autofocus, my friends. Less than 2 weeks. Gouache. Who remembers me using gouache years and years and years ago in my magazine art journal? I had no idea. I had Reeves gouache. I'm like, what is this? And I used it in that magazine journal. I remember just like painting a layer over the page, and it was kind of opaque. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's kind of opaque. But that was the one and only time I think I used it. But gouache is a water-based paint. I mean, there's another term is like gouache is what the artist. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me. Is gouache and tempera paint the same thing? Ooh, maybe we'll play a bit next Thursday. At what time is APG Jamie's live next? This Thursday coming? Mustard. We talked about mustard. So gouache is a water-based paint, but it's more opaque than watercolor. I want to say, like, is it like tempera paints? It's more of the paint that you painted with, like, as kids, right? And not the same. Not the same as tempera paint. I take it back. I don't know. That's why I need a book to learn about it. That's why I need something to learn. It's more opaque. And a lot of people use it. They don't mix it with their, well, maybe they do mix it with their watercolors. I don't know. Mix it. They use it on the same painting. Tempera is chalkier. Like, maybe tempera is more, I don't know. Some expert in the chat will. Boy, I've had one or two coffees today, so my hands are a little shaky. This is a nice color, lilac. But they do, and like I said, I had to buy the Arteza brand because that other brand that I wanted a while ago that comes in that pink container, Janet would know, Mia, Miya. Does that sound familiar? I forget. Anyways, they don't sell it in Canada, so. And this girl ain't about to spend $100 on gouache. That would normally cost $20 American. Tempera dries permanent, Gail says, and gouache doesn't. I don't know. We're going to have to do some research. But it will dry in this pan, and you can re-wet or reconstitute it like watercolor paints. Cerulean blue. Love me some cerulean blue in any paint format. Love that color. And I know, does Zandra stream tonight on Sundays? I haven't been on a Z stream in a long time. She's been posting all of her beautiful art, her mermaid art, Jane Davenport art over on Instagram. Just, oh my goodness, please tell me you didn't hear Simon burp. My volume. So again, hopefully when I get my new computer, I'm able to control my camera settings so my volume isn't like scratchy and do weird things when I get excited. This looks like it was opened already. Unless it was just overfilled from the manufacturer. Interesting. Interesting. Halfway done. Let's see. Prussian. I'll go back into the greens. Dang it, there's another blue here. I would have preferred to add it with the... Whoa! What does it matter? Look, with these things, you can move them around. Now, that's smart. That's why we put them in there. Or put them in the order that they want. Welcome, family. All right, Gail's telling me. Sandra will be on tonight. What time, Eileen? I can't wait to see her. Tempera, Italian. Also known as egg tempera, is a permanent, fast-drying painting medium consisting of colored pigments mixed with water-soluble binder medium. Tempera is the paint my mom would do paintings in the window at Christmas. Washes right off. I guess that's why we used it in school. In like grade school. Pale green. I like this little tray. These almost lost it. Yeah, so I've had a few coffees already this morning, and you know me, I'm fighting with my French press over here, making the strongest coffee ever. You know what? I was thinking I have 2 French presses. So I think tonight, hi Debbie. Today I'm going, yeah, because Ustream, Laura, when was that, guys? A year and a half, 2 years ago, Ustream. You know, we used to always say, thank you, Ustream, for being free. Not so free anymore. They wanted to charge us $100 a month. Maybe it's more now. I don't know. That was a while ago. So That's why everybody switched to the YouTubes. Wait, there's two things of white in here? White and titanium white. Okay. Wait, hold the fort. I'm going to have to put these. That's different because white and titanium. So I put titanium white, which is the opaque one. Well, it's telling me they're both opaque. White and titanium white. All right, so that's going to be, that's titanium white. And then this one will be white. Oh, I don't know what to do with my... Anyways, there's nothing I can do with the autofocus right now. I'll put the other white here. Because I think you need a lot of white. Any videos I've watched, they've used a lot of white. This is gray. Titanium is opaque. Twitch? Yeah, Twitch is different. There's a lot of gamers over there. I'm not sure if I like their chats, but you know, who knows? One day when I can get my hands on a Switch, not a Switch Lite, a real Switch, I'm going to be streaming Animal Crossing. I absolutely love it. But you know, with YouTube, no matter where I stream, I will always want to post videos over here on YouTube anyway. So this is black. I'll put is this black? Yeah. Noir. Put that over there. So who knows? Maybe eventually I'll stream on Twitch, but it's more gaming. The platform is different, right? I don't mind. I like streaming over here on YouTube. I think it's so far it's been great. Other than being able to control my camera, but is Blade streaming on Twitch these days? I don't know. Anytime I've tried to watch a gamer, like watching people play Animal Crossing and stuff on Twitch, it's I don't know. It's different. But I haven't done very much research on it. I'm quite happy to be over here on the YouTubes. I got the hiccups. Ooh, that's pink. Peach red, it's called. Peach red looks like fluorescent pink. Well, the titanium, it says it's not like white and titanium. It'll be interesting when we swatch them. It's not like unbleached titanium or anything like that. Like, no, it's not Titan Buff. Speaking of Blade. Rose. I like this little palette. This was one of the more... This palette's more expensive than the Medine tin ones. Well, it was in Canada anyways. I'm not quite sure on the US Amazon. Yeah, exactly, Debbie. But you never know. I mean, you're more likely to get trolls here on YouTube because anybody can find you on YouTube, any random person. So, good morning, Glenda. My apologies for the stupid camera. Autofocus. We're just filling the paint palette I got yesterday. Crimson red. Oh, helps if I put the cap on the other way. On the right side, burnt sienna. 2 more, and that's it. Then we can let this dry. So far, the consistency, like coming out of the tubes, is really nice. I mean, it does say it's premium gouache. It wasn't cheap. This 20 Canadian. Oh no, I think it was $39 Canadian, something like that. Shauna's telling me she has. Oh yeah, you have the 60 set. Maybe I'm gonna like it so much I want the 60 set. No, maybe I'll use what I have. 60 set, and the titanium white is white and very opaque. All right, I just gotta remember which one is titanium, and then white. I've got to do some swatches later, or I'll forget all these colors. And when I swatch them in the order that they are in the palette. You know, I draw like a little picture of a palette. So that's why I'm keeping them in the little trays here, just so that when I go to swatch them, I'll have to look at it to make sure I've got the right color. So we've got lots of pans left over. We can use in other places. Half pans. I mean, we have this whole, like, it comes with this little thing. But where are some of my empty pans? I mean, I'll just use, why am I bothering? I can just use it from here. But it doesn't have to be just a 36 pan palette, right? I mean, you can put all of a whole bunch more full pans or half pans that you got going on. Does this fit too? Let's see. Will it fit? Oh, yeah. This is like Legos. They're going to be a little shifty. I don't know if I would travel with it. What is this? Some manufacturing dust in there? I wouldn't necessarily travel because it's a little loosey-goosey over here, but you could turn it into quite the, let's see. My hands are shaking. That adds another 4, 8, 9, probably 10, 11, 22 more colors in the middle here. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 26 and 36. 60 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Anyways, if you don't want the mixing well in the middle, you could put more pans to add more colors if you wanted. Like, just, you don't have to carry this little water thing. I don't know what, any type of watercoloring I've done before, like, you need more water than this. So I'm not quite sure. I guess I don't know what you would. It's cute though. Oh boy. Yeah, you can use a sticky dot or magnet. I do have some well, the magnets I have are for my metal tins, so but I'm sure over there I've got some sticky stuff. Hi Dot. Good afternoon. So this would hold the 60 set, eh, Shauna? This one would hold it if I like this little one. Like I said, it was 29. It was from Meeden, Meeden, or is it Medeen? I forget. But I like it. That's cute. So we've got. Oh no, that's what it's supposed to. And they come in different colors. I got pink. I need to carpet tape them in. Yeah, bust out the carpet tape. I like it. How fun is that? Do a little swatch sheet later. Let that dry a little bit. I like it. So let's check out our Ohuhu pen paint marker we got going on. Let's see what this is doing. Oh, you got one too, Sean, except yours is blue? How much is it American, my friend? The Amazon.com. All right, acrylic paint marker. So we've got it down here. It's got to the tip, so let's see. Ooh, that's a fine tip, my friends. That is, look how fine that tip is. Oh, my camera. My apologies. It was $10. I think I paid $20 for it. I think it was $19.99, maybe $24.99. It wasn't a cheap one. So far, so good on regular. This is just regular comp book paper. All right, let's try it over some acrylic, shall we? Let's see what happens. Uh-oh. Pages are stuck together from last night. All right, we need to find something that might be a hard time me finding something brown. I guess I could put it over that page. I guess I got paint on my journal yesterday or last night. I didn't put like a piece of deli paper in between my pages to protect the ones under behind it. Look, gesso or something. That's what we did last night. So I'm going to outline all of these today. Look. Hold the fort. Get out the Dina Wakely journal. I definitely know we have some brownish pages in here we can try the pen on, like this one. All right, this has layers of acrylic paint, and not craft paint, so it's a little shiny. So we'll test out our marker over here. Let me do some squigglies. Ooh, look at that! Can you see it? For 50 cents a paint pen. Look at that. 50 cents Canadian. So maybe, these Ohuhu markers, they look like this. Paint. Like I said, they're probably not to the standard of Posca's, but very fine. It's a fine tip, that's for sure. But that wrote over that, multi-layers. I've got, looks like tissue paper or something here that I collaged on, and then acrylic paint. I shouldn't close my book because it's going to, I like that. Actually worked half decent. It's a nice color too. That's half decent. More than half decent. Worth 50 cents in my book. All I did was a couple marks, so don't take my word for it yet. You still have to do some research. But look at this. I like it. So let's test the white. I guess that is the this set. No, I don't know if there was a set that had a larger set than the 40 paint pens, but it's Ohuhu. And you remember when we got these guys in the alcohol version, there was, if you look at it, because again, it's not Ohuhu is just rebranding, stuff from like Alibaba. Let's be real. So it may, Ohuhu's one brand, but it could be like my alcohol markers are Touch New or something like that. There's different brands that sell the exact same thing. But yeah, we just like saying Ohuhu. But this was $20 Canadian, I believe. I believe it was $19.99. So let's check out the white, because that will be the test of all tests. That's not white. That's not white. But I don't know. Let's be honest, my friends. You know me. I just like to research stuff. So I picked it up. But I haven't price compared them to, if you have Posca's, which I have the Posca's. I haven't, if Posca's are better quality, not that these are bad, but if Posca's are better quality and there's not much price difference, maybe it's better to go with Posca's. I don't know. I just saw something new and I'm like, I've got to research me that. Acrylic paint marker. All right, so we've got the white. And it came with, like I said, it came with extra. So when I first got it, I just dumped it out like this. And inside, not only did it come with a cool instruction book, which I'm actually pretty impressed with, it came with extra nibs. Like my Posca's didn't come with any extra nibs, I'll tell you that. But maybe they know they're cheap, so you need extra. I don't know. Anyways, thank you, Ohuhu. We got some extra nibs. And I do like that they are a clear barrel, so you can see, we all know we have to shake our paint pens, but you can see where they are separated. So when you're shaking it, when it's completely incorporated, mixed up. You know what I mean, Vern. All right, so let's pump this bad boy. Prime it. Now, How much ink is in here? Or paint? There's probably about that much left at the top. Kathy B should invest in some Poscas. Kathy doesn't have any Poscas, Kathy Berg? What? When Jen made us buy those Poscas years ago? Jen and Jean made me buy those Poscas? All right, let's check out the white. Oh, look at that, my friends. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Ooh. Let's check it out on a black page. This is just black, probably black gesso. I have some white over here, so let's just continue this. Look at this, my friend. This is opaque. This is... So I think, maybe they won't last as long as Poscas. I'm gonna have to use these, like, use them up. Use them without abandon. With abandon? Oh, my grammar, my friends. I've got to get back into reading, get my grammar back up to... It's terrible. But definitely very opaque. You can see it like that. Like, hello. Kathy has all the Poscas. She even built a house out of them. Really? Kathy has she has the ginormous ones too? All right. APG, thank you so much. From Ohuhu is $22.99 US. She doesn't know shipping. Oh, it's not sold on Amazon US? This is a 40 set. Let me look up. Well, my phone's going to die, my friends, or I won't be able to see it. Kathy? Is Kathy Arbor still in chat? Maybe she can quickly throw up her Amazon link and see if it's there. That's pretty cool. I'm liking them. So I'll show you excuse my shirt. Oh, all my clothes are so big. I shouldn't be complaining about it. Don't get me wrong. Oh, no. Okay, sorry about that, guys. This is why I can't wait for my new computer. My tripod. Oh, sweet loving. Anyways. Again, I know I can say thank you, YouTube, and thank you to you all. I know you guys are sick of hearing about it, but I have to put the gratitude out there. So Jen made us buy these ones years ago. I remember, like, I don't even know which set this is because, like I used to say, not a lick of English on this package. No idea. 1.8 mil tip size. Then we have some Liquitex Basics paint markers. The thick ones worked well. My ginormous Posca. This is a 15 millimeter, and I like them so much I have two. One of them might not even be open. Yeah, not even used yet. Did I use this bad boy? I did. Still good. A ginormous white one, 8 millimeter. One that's not even open. Oh, shocker! Liquitex Black. Oh, here's another one of the Marvy metallic markers that I was trying to use up yesterday in gold. Oh, sweet. Can I put that over there? More Liquitex, and then I've got to work out. I bought these Liquitex paint. Not Liquitex. Liquitex paint markers were okay, but these Graphink. Graphink, does anyone remember? The ones from Derwent? I've got a couple of them, never really got, but those are number 7. So I know I don't have very many paint pens that are this size. Like, for example, this 15. Thanks, Eileen. Cass's Amazon Inquiry. Oh, and that's the American one, too. Thank you so much, Eileen. Check out Kathy's Amazon shop. She has some recommendations, and doesn't cost you guys anything else when you use somebody's Amazon Associates link. It just... they get a little kickback as an advertising fee, so always I've been forgetting, so I've got to myself start using that code. All right. So the Poscas that I bought, this is 1.8 to 2.5 millimeters, so it's definitely... I haven't even primed this bad boy. Brand freaking new. Look at that. Sweet loving goodness. But see, it's totally different size tip. When I go off, my friends, I'll look at the American Amazon, see if we can find the same paint pens, whether it's from Ohuhu or whatever, a different brand. But yeah, so I don't really have a lot of the thin ones anyways. Other than the Liquitex Basics ones are not that fine of a tip either. Well, that's a chisel tip. And that could be completely dry. Yeah. All right, well, I'm not going to worry about paint markers yet. But that's my entire paint pen collection because, you know, paint pens and I, we have challenges. You know, no matter which ones I've tried, like Jane Davenport, the Dilutions ones, I mean, no matter what, me and paint markers. And you know what it is? I already know what it is. It's my own fault. Absolutely my own fault. Because I treasure my art supplies. My apologies, I'm probably loud because I'm getting excited. But I treasure my art supplies and then they end up drying out, like that Liquitex Basics. So, of course, it's not going to work right when I haven't used it in like 3 months, a year, or whatever, right? Hi, Sin. Good to see you, my friend. Hopefully I didn't. Yeah. Debbie found an off-brand. So remember, like, let me find my Touch New markers, right? I think Janet bought the Ohuhu ones, I think. But they all look the same. You know what I mean, Vern? So even if it's not Ohuhu, I'll go on Amazon later and find... oh, no, mine aren't Touch New. They were Touch 5. Right? But they all, if we remember when we all bought these that many years ago, they look the same. And now they have brush marker. Oh, sweet loving goodness. Anyways, so I shall find, if we're having problems finding them on the American Amazon, I will, I'll look on it when I get off today. I'll do some research over on the Amazon and give the links to Kathy so she can add it to her shop. Arteza? What's Arteza? Are they what I... Arteza Gouache? Yeah, Ohuhu looks like this. It comes in a case, 40. And I think they called them, let me see, paint. How? My phone's going to die. I can't look at my phone. Like, it's like paint markers for rocks and everything but mixed media. Debbie buys the ink refills for those Touch 5s or Touch News and use them as alcohol ink. You are smart, Debbie. Ooh. Oh, I like that idea a lot. So this is what the case looks like. Like I said, there's 40. But so far, so good, my friends. I just have to focus. Like I said, my issues with paint pens is not from Sharpie or Ranger or Liquitex or whatever paint pen brand. It's just me not using them enough, right? The same with our good old Uniball. Like, how many Uniballs have I had, right? I don't use it every day or even every other day, which is why I eventually ends up drying out. So it's my own fault. It's not the pen itself. So I have to focus. I'm not going to do it on that page. Focus isn't the right word. I have to add it to my couch art kit. So look. Don't suck on your pens. Rock painting, exactly. Look up under rock painting. I think Debbie says if you look up paint pens, rock painting, something, like that's how they were marketing it. Even sucking on this pen's not going to help it, I don't think. I'm going to bust out my lighter, maybe. Yeah, the ball gets stuck because I don't use them enough. So, anyways, we are fixing that problem this week. I'm working on a project. Oh, no! Avalanche. Sorry. That was loud. Oh. Razor Frazin. Simon always gets me the fanciest. One thing that dropped was a card that he bought me. For Christmas? Oh yeah. He always buys me the fanciest cards from Papyrus. But who remembers the fart card he got me for my birthday a couple years ago? Oh man, was I pissed about that? I know you can probably hear me. Who wants a? I love me some pugs, but I don't need a card with a pug that farts for my birthday. Man. Anyway, look at the ash. Papyrus. So that's all like 3D. Christmas 2005 was this one. But there's a Papyrus store downtown Toronto, so he always gets a Papyrus one. Probably heard me. Oh, yeah, it's not the Jamie's right. With the Uniball signals or some of those gel pens, a lot of times it's not the ink inside the pen that's dry. It's the ball, the ink that's around the roller ball. And that's why sometimes if you suck on it, don't suck on it. Do as I say, not as I do. Or lick it, or don't be sucking your pens, my friends. But take a lighter to it, heat it a little bit, yeah, to try to break up the stuff around it. But yeah, 50 cents for me anyways. 50 cents. I've just got to recognize what type of products that I own, like that dry out, or that in the past I've used that, so paint pens, certain markers, ink pads. We're going to be using our stuffs up, my friends, and I'm excited. It is time. I mean, I treasure some of my older Ranger stuff and Marby Matchables and all of that, but it's time to use them up. I'm going to keep these pens flat. That was a good investment for 20 bucks. This was cheaper than that paint palette, an empty paint palette. Oh, boy. That's true, too. Marion says Murphy's oil soap works for everything. They might work on the pens. You know what? I have some of that. Can't hurt to just, maybe not dip it in Murphy's oil soap, but can't hurt to, maybe color on something that has, whatchamacallit, Murphy's oil soap on it. Your saliva will just touch it with your tongue a few times. It really works. Oh, I know. I mean, we've been licking and sucking pens over here for years. So, yeah, I have to put a disclaimer though, my friends, don't suck on your pen. But really, I mean, of all my gel pens and all the literally hundreds of gel pens I've used up in the past few years, that I've not dried out, that I've used up. There's quite a few that I've had to suck on a few times. Very bad for you. Don't, nobody wants to get sick because Paula told him to suck on a pen. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, the tongue is white. Oh, my sweet goodness. Just do as I say, not as I do. All right, what should we do, my friends? I'm going to go I have to take a quick nature break because I drank too much coffee. I'm going to get my tablet. And I shall be back. You guys can look at some beautiful Man of War tentacles. Unless that's going to autofocus. Will that autofocus? No. So let's think. What shall we do when I come back? I've been on for an hour, done nothing but fill a paint tray and chat. So we want to work on what do we want to do? There's so much to do, my friends. I want to create. So I don't know what I want to create. Yeah. Think about it, guys. I'll come back. I've got a lot of things around me. We've got the stress. I mean, look at this. I've got the stress stuff. We've got pads. We've got Dilutions paint. We've got lots. I'll be back in 5. Uh-oh. Everybody's getting the sound. Yeah, sorry, Jamie. Like I said, I shall have a new computer within the 2 weeks, so that will be all fixed up. We just have to make it through. But I believe in you starting where you are, using what you have. So low budget productions over here, my friends, and I started where we're using what we have. And again, thank you so much to everybody. I'll be getting something new next this week, hopefully this week or next week, and we will not have to worry about it again. I'll have good sound and no autofocus. Nobody will be getting seasick. Oh, Sundays. Now, Xandra used to stream, my friends, like 7 p.m. Eastern. What time is she streaming today? She told me in I saw on Patty's chat there the other on Friday night. She says she has a story to tell us, or me a funny story to tell us. So I'm gonna I'll get the Murphy's oil soap. See what happens. Can't I mean it's dried up anyways, right? This Uniball pen, the white one. What's the worst that can happen? Make it worse? I mean, can't make it worse. So I'll go get that while I'm taking a break. Hey, Janet. 4:30. Thank you so much, Eileen. So it's 2 right now. So we've got 2 hours. Nobody let me forget that. And I've drank enough coffee today. I won't be taking a nap. Simon today, believe it or not, my friends, because I haven't been drinking as much coffee, I became immune to it while I was working. It was a point where I was drinking espresso in coffee. In coffee. So, or Americanos. Anyway, um, since I've been off work, I haven't been drinking a lot of coffee. And I had that coffee last night because I feel like it's a ritual too, right? Just like smoking is for me or whatever. It's less about nicotine, more about the ritual. So, like, last night was Stencil Saturday, and I just wanted to drink coffee. I'm also one of those crazy people that loves the taste of coffee. So, anyway, Simon bought me some decaf coffee today. Decaf. I can't tell you if I've ever drank decaf coffee, but I do love the taste of coffee. So I got us he bought me some Folgers decaf. So we'll test that out. Do we want to work on a book project? What do we want to do? Think about it, my friends. You guys know what type of supplies I have and what's around me. And I shall be back in the night. Oh, do we want a jelly plate? What do we want to do? I shall be right back. I'm muting for a moment. I still want to drink caffeinated coffee in the morning, but I definitely like at night. Like last night, I streamed at 9. I was drinking coffee at 9. Let me tell you, my friends, I was awake at 4 o'clock this morning, still awake. So I slept from 4 till about 7:30 or 8, and then I had more coffee. So, and I don't want to take a nap today because I don't want to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning all over again. All right. Have a good night, Laurel. Have to teach him how to drive stick. Good times with that. Eileen wants me to jelly plate. That is a rarity. That is rare. Don't I thought I mean I know you enjoy watching jelly plate, but usually you like to watch people. I just might. All right, guys, I need to I've had one too many coffees today, and when you gotta go, I gotta go. Be right back. I'm just muting so you don't hear like crazy noises. Talk amongst yourselves. All right. Look, sorry about that, guys. All right. Eileen says she likes to watch messes. I could just turn on my camera to the rest of the room and you could watch a mess all night, all day and night. Don't tell me my tablet has died. Aw, what the devil? I've got a dead tablet, a dead phone. Well, there goes that. What I was thinking, something that like I said, I've been taking notes on ideas for a long time. And one thing that I took a note on 2 years ago when I was first watercoloring, like I said, I'm organizing my stuff because I have I have notes and ideas in like 4 different comp books and different Midoris and inserts and whatnot. So I was looking at one and I had this idea of I wanted to know what would happen with watercolor and sprinkling magicals in watercolor. Eileen. Yeah. No, you did awesome. I was teasing Jane that I'm gonna have to pay her for modding in bells. And if you don't know, that's Animal Crossing currency. So I'm a billionaire over an Animal Crossing because I have over 400 hours into the game. But yeah, I'm slightly obsessed. I absolutely love it. So I told her I'd have to pay her in bells. Oh boy. She just hit 5,000 views live. Awesome. That would be crazy to mod. And that's a thing. That's, I'm going to get there. That's I should. People think I don't want to sound too conceited. And obviously I don't when you're manic, and I've been thinking about this the other day, right? And I'm definitely seeing some manic symptoms. But I'm focusing my mania. Okay, I'm doing my cognitive behavior. I'm working with telehealth. I'm doing the things I need to do. And next week they're opening up, so hopefully I'll be able to go see a doctor next week for non-emergency stuff. So I'll be able to go to a doctor. Um, and what was I talking about mania for? But I'm focusing it in the right ways, right? Um, I'm cognizant of it. I'm doing the work behind it. So yes, I am a little manic. Why was I talking about my mania? Let me read the chat. I was thinking about it. Oh yeah, because it's grandiose ideas is a symptom of mania. And I think 6 months ago, or back in November when I said I was coming back, I probably had ideas of grandeur, right? Rather than, actual hmm. I I do know now the goals I have set for myself and what I'm working with, working with the doctor online and doing the cognitive behavior therapy and hopefully a counselor in the future is that, you know, the setting goals and doing little things every day and setting small goals. So, yes, I want to be published again. I want to write a book. It's out there. That's everybody's known that. We've known that for years, right? For decades. I've always, even as a kid, wanted to write a book. It has nothing to do with art or whatever, right? So being published, I think I am creating small goals for myself, setting myself up for success by doing the background work while I'm not live, so that I'm not, on a Saturday night saying to myself, what am I going to do today or whatever, you know what I mean? I'm setting myself up for success. So I know some of the things I say, I apologize if it sounds conceited, but I truly believe in speaking your reality into existence, right? Believing, the power of law of attraction and all that type of stuff. So yes, I am going to get there one day. We are going to have 5,000 people in this chat. So that's why we have a members only button, so that when the chat goes crazy, then we can do members only chats and be a little bit more personal. So years ago I bought these ones, remember, home cube brush markers. I want to keep these out. I want to use them because I have my so anyways, I apologize if I sound conceited. It's not about being conceited. It's, for me, it's just trying to be positive. I'm just trying to speak positivity into the world. Act as if, right? Act as if. Ooh, Mary's got to cut her hubby's hair. Good luck. Yeah, exactly, Jamie. It's good luck. Oh, boy. Yeah, that. Uh-oh. This book. So I'm going to keep these. Oh, boy. I really need to... I don't know. I think when I talk about organizing pens and stuff, we've over the years, I've got all these different pencil cases and whatever, but I think Dee Dee's original idea of having that scrapbook tote, like how she had it before she has her fancy pen thing she's got going on here, going on now behind her camera. She always had her pens in that ginormous scrapbook tote, like bundled up in elastics. And, when I look at over the years, even when I had that tote, that picture I put on Facebook, that was from 9 years ago, the Facebook memory or whatever, and I had that scrapbook tote, like I've taken stuff out of that. Why am I holding it? I've taken stuff out of those totes. Like there's one, where is it? I think it's right here, isn't it? And I've put them in other I bought all these type of things, whatever, right? But I find that putting them, how Dee Dee had it in that tote, in those totes, bundled up so you could see everything you had. For me, that was the best. I used my markers and pens the most when they were in that type of storage. So I think I still have those things. Do I have one right here? I have more than one. One's still out in the living room. Oh, or is it on the dark side of the room over there? Anyways, I think I will have to go back to that. Or I should go back to that, because I know when they were in that type of case or container or whatever you would call it, carrying case, I don't know, I definitely was using my pens and markers more often. And not just pens and markers, but colored pencils as well. So I think that'll be a project for this week, putting all my pens and markers and everything back into those containers. All right, so yeah. Yeah, I'm just being positive. So when I posted that thing with my when I say things like this is my time, this is whatever, like I'm not saying it to be conceited. I'm just being positive, trying to change my mindset, change my tell my logical brain, right? Use my logical brain, cognitive. Anyway, I hope it doesn't sound conceited. It's not the intent, my friends. It's not the intent. Just trying to speak positive. I saw somebody's tweet today, and I don't have my phone here. Somebody tweeted today. I really liked it. It said, because Canadians, like, my word, we say we're sorry a million times a day, right? Sorry, sorry, sorry. But so instead of saying like, sorry, I'm late, or sorry for this, or sorry for that, say, thank you for waiting. I like that. So rather than like, sorry, whatever, like say, use the word thank you instead of sorry. So let me say, sorry for, like I said, my apologies that I haven't streamed for a year and a half, or I've been out of the loop with the group. But, thank you so much for you guys being here now, right? And so I really like that. That's the first time I heard it. I took a screenshot. I'm going to journal about that in my journal later. I really, that really kind of hit me in a certain way. Because like I can say I'm sorry a million times, like especially Canadians, we say we're sorry. Like, that's it. That's all I say. My apologies, my apologies. Yeah, Jamie is perfect. Hi Pam, good afternoon. All right, so we want a jelly plate. Okay, we can do that. I've got room on my desk. Put my pink pens over here. Put my palette that is drying over. Make sure that doesn't tilt over. Oh, we need a safe spot for this. We'll put it on this shelf. Let's see. So it's been a few months since I jelly plated. Since what, November? Let's see what I got going on in here. Oh, so I might have damaged my plate. This is how not to store your jelly plates. I almost bought a gel press one. It was on sale on Amazon, an 8x10 one. How not to store your jelly plates. But we can do that. I can jelly plate some of these envelopes that I'll be using for Happy Mail. That's a good idea. Oh, my poor plate. It's got crusty bits, dust. Oh man. So the problem. Oh no. One of my problems. one of my many problems. In my art room here, I'm in mostly in the basement, right? And I cleaned that one day, and I found a lot of water damage or dampness. I had to throw out almost all of my deli paper, full like more than half of a case of one that Patty gave me, and yeah. So the only deli paper I have left are some of the sheets that Jan gave me, the ginormous ones. So I'm really upset that I had to throw out the ones that Jane gave me, but they were about half full. One from Patty that Patty got at Sam's Club, and the other one from Jane's, the handy wax. What was it called again? So that was depressing. And I had to throw out my there was water damage or dampness, which I'm worried about mold here in the art room. So I had to throw out almost like my 90-pound paper from Staples, my 120-pound paper and black. So all my cardstock, like almost full reams, I had to throw it out. I don't think it's a leak, Eileen. I talked to my stepfather who does, that what he does for a living is not construction, but reconstruction. So you see guys up on swing stages, fixing buildings and the outside brickwork, all that type of things, big buildings downtown and stuff. So he does reconstruction. And he was telling me that when you're in the basement, especially books and paper, it should be 6 inches away from the wall, an outside wall. So if you have an outside wall that's against dirt, right? Like my walls over there is literally against dirt, right? Underneath. So he said that because basement walls that are against dirt, because I'm in the basement, but on the other side of my house, I'm at ground level. But so some of my walls in this art room face the outside, and then some of them face the other parts of my house, right? Like this side of my wall, that side faces my bedroom. So that's different. He was saying that so 2 walls in my art room, under the windows and over there, I should be keeping paper or anything that's porous at least 6 inches away from it, because the walls need to breathe, he was telling me. Like I said, I don't know anything about it, but that makes sense. Like the paper was not like it, I don't think I had a flood in here. It just looked like it got damp. Handy wax, yeah. Handy wax. So that's bad news. So all I have left for deli paper wise now is, I should say all, there's quite a bit. This that Jan gave me, the big stuff. But before I 6 months ago, back in November, when I was watching Patty there and she was doing her PTP crusty bits. Oh, not PTP crusty bits. PTP Goldie bits, I like to call them. Where she uses the gold flakes on her plate. I did buy, she showed us, or me anyways, I didn't hear about it, the masking paper. So I do have a roll of that. So I don't have a lot of deli paper, but this stuff's cool. So we can still use that. Rather than deli paper, this is the same type of thickness, right? And I need to get me this listen to my grammar. I need to get me this in a different color. But I love how it's a little bit different than deli paper, but I love how how it gets crinkly, the texture of this paper. I don't have a dehumidifier, Gail. I was thinking that I may need to get one. I definitely need to rearrange my room. Maybe I need to move this table so that it's facing that wall. Like when I didn't know, like I have big shelves up against that wall. You know what I mean? So I'd have to completely rearrange my art room. I could probably put my desk facing the wall or my art table so that, you know, there won't be anything against it. But the masking paper is awesome to use. They're awesome. What a good, and they're cheap. I mean, this will last me forever. What else did I buy? Excuse me, was it Shauna or Kathy B told me to buy tracing paper or something? I think I have some of that. Oh, I don't know where that is though. I have a roll of tracing paper. Where is it? Where would it be? If you were tracing paper, is it in the living room? Anyways, we'll just use this for now. I'm going to use these envelopes. So I can find a couple. We will do some jelly plating on those envelopes and probably just in my art journal, one of my comp books here. Again, I don't have, when I jelly plate, I like to use the 90 or 110 pound cardstock. I guess I'll have to go reinvest in more of that at Staples. And that stuff's not cheap, my friends. But where I had stored, and that stuff, those reams of paper, they were stored on a shelf. Medical paper. Oh, like the stuff that was on the stuff that you put on, like they roll out on beds, hospital beds, that type of paper. Hi, Vicky Ross. Welcome, Poppy. I'm thinking that's what you're talking about, like the paper that's on the thing, whether, you know, they roll it out when you're laying on the bed. All right. So I'm going to use, you know me, I like to use Liquitex Basics when I jelly plate. So my goal is to use up these paints this month. So we shall just use it with this. Can you buy that at Amazon? I don't know if you can buy that on Amazon. So I've got a couple brayers I found. Ooh, loud. Let me just get prepared, my friends. We have an old Fiskars one. We have this one. Don't forget the time. 2:30. One more hour till Santa. And we have, so the last time I jelly plated, let's look at this. I do have these papers from the last time I did any jelly plating. So I do have some that I can add. These are intermediate. Oh, that's Martha's wax paper crayon technique. Some older jelly prints. So that wasn't from a few months ago. That was probably, these are from a few years ago. Oh, this collage stuff. So I do have some of these from the last time I jelly plated, which would have been in November. So these are just like the not the backgrounds. These are just you know, when I'm doing my crusty bit process, these are the middle pulls. So I do have some fun stuff, and I love the crinkle, the texture that this paper gets after it has paint on it. I don't know, I just love it. So I do have crusty bits, got some random stuff. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I should cut it up and give it away. Joycey made you buy it. It comes in rolls. You can get it on Amazon. I'll have to check that out. Buy myself a roll of hospital bed paper. All right, so my plate's pretty dirty. Very dirty. Let's see. I'll just use that brayer for now. I need to clean that bad boy. I didn't find my Murphy's oil soap. It's got to be really underneath the sink. All right, get my stencils out. Oh no. As I just drop it. Oh, hold the fort. I gotta go on my hands and knees under the desk. Felt that. Sweet loving goodness. Help. No, just kidding. Oh, I just gotta get my stencils. All right. Now we need. No, I'm just gonna use the black and white. I'm just gonna use my Liquitex Basics paint. We've got our stencils. That's the thing about jelly plating. I've got to get myself situated before we start busting out the paint. We gotta make sure we got our stencils. We've got our paper. Oh, did you hear my stomach? My apologies. I've got my book, the art journal that I'm going to use to jelly plate in. Well, one of them. I'm going to use that one and the one I was using yesterday with the markers in it. Where is it? I ate today too, but I guess that means I'm hungry again, which is good news. It means my body is naturally digesting correctly. All right, so I've got both of my. Hi, Safia. Good to see you. So I'm just going to direct. I'm going to do some jelly plating right in this journal. Or mono printing, I guess. All right, we have our stencils. We have our paint. We've got our masking paper, our books. We're good to go. All right, let's bust out some. It's been a while. We're going to have to relearn how much paint to put on the plate again. All right, so we have titanium white. This is Liquitex Basics. Is this titanium white opaque or translucent? That's the opaque one. I'm just looking for the black. Mars black. All right. So I'm just going to work on using some of this stuff up. Man, I need to invest in another. I need like a table. I need an L-shaped table that when I'm streaming, I can put something to my right. Rather than putting it on the floor and causing craft avalanches, I need a little something to my right that I set something that I can set things on while I'm streaming. All right. So the first layer, we're going to go, I'll use black. All right. Julie, your first jelly plate comes tomorrow? Oh yeah, my history of jelly plate. Like I remember I bought it when I was in Burlington, and I didn't quite know how to use it, and then I didn't use it until, I came to Whitby here, and so my Crusty Bits video, the one that's only 10-15 minutes, like a very concise technique video, it's 4.5 years old. So I apologize, my stomach. I am hungry. All right, black. But how much time till Sandra? 45 minutes? We could do a couple sheets. My stomach can growl for 45 minutes. Hi again, Glenda. So I'm going to put my first layer. I like to use black. Let us see. One of the good things about jelly plates or mono printing in general, whether you have a jelly plate or the other versions, or you're using a homemade one, or any type of whatever you're using to mono print, it's a good way to use up paint. So like older acrylics or whatever you got. So in my first layer, I like to use a stencil that has an open space so that you can see the other ones in between. Let's see. This is I love to use this one in my jelly plating process. That is the Stencil Girl product stencil, Mary Beth Shaw. I have not bought very many stencils in the last couple of years, my friends. So, a lot of these ones are older. Ooh, speaking of older, look at that bad boy from Crafter's Workshop. All right. We are going to take one of the pieces that already has a little something. Is Joy Stitch still here? I wonder if she would be interested in some of these papers. Oh no! You know what I was just thinking? I don't have my hair dryer in here. Oh, so the way I like to jelly plate with crusty bits, it's very important that the layers in between dry, and I like to use a hair dryer that has a cold setting on it. But you know what? I don't think it's in here. Hmm. It's a very long process if you don't have a hair dryer. The way I like to jelly plate. There's no right or wrong way. That's why they call it mono printing. You're never gonna get the same thing twice. Oh. What shall we do, my friends? I don't even know where it is. So it's not like I can go out in the living room and get it. I do not have any. I haven't used it or seen it in a long time. I think I might have actually used it as a hair dryer the last time I used it. Debbie knows the answer. Just send it all. Oh no, Debbie. Joyce actually said no to something the other day when I was showing that cut and paste collage book. Even Joyce wouldn't use some of those weird things in that book. Glenda hasn't used it since Maryland. Oh man. Well, that's about it. Yeah, believe it or not, Joyce didn't even want those those weird images in the beginning of that book. Razor frozen. I can't use my heat gun because my heat gun's way too hot, and I'll be like setting my room on fire. Razor frozen. I didn't. So here I was thinking I was all prepared, and no. But the problem is, if you make, when you're doing this technique, what I like to call crusty bit techniques, if those layers aren't dry in between, you won't be able to pull it up, right? So you'll just leave bits on your plate. Razor frozen. She did not want to go for the weird dental torture photos. No, she did not want the. She did not. She does not want the dental photos. So, dang it! What am I gonna do? Who has some solutions? I don't think it's. Let me just take a quick peek under the desk. But I'm pretty sure. You know what? Let me peek out the side door for a moment. Hold it for it. I think I have a vision. I'm envisioning in my head. It might just be right here. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, my house is too small. I think I have.
What's that?
What? One of these. I'm trying to find my hair dryer. The purple one beside. No, that's a heat gun. So that heat gun is too hot. I haven't seen or used my hair dryer in a long time. So.
Is there one in the bathroom?
Well, that might have been the last time I used it. It's actually for hair.
This is the last I saw it.
Milk. Sweet loving goodness. No, it's not where I thought it would be. And it's a little humid today too, which makes it worse when I'm jelly plating because when it's humid, then My word, did I have a crackle inch while I wasn't in here? That's it. Okay, I'm going under the desk for a moment. See, just make sure it's not under here. Ooh, I found my pen case that I was talking about. I found that. That's good. Oh, I found my tiny attacher. Found my tiny attacher. No. Oh, sweet goodness. We got to get back to cleaning this week, that's for sure. Yeah, I know. No hair dryer. Bad news, my friends. Very bad news. Razor frazzing. I've seen it recently too, so I'll find it today. Sorry, guys. Oh, yeah, it's entertaining. Me looking for crap is entertaining, that's for sure. Oh, boy. Oh, that's ticks me right off. I shall find it today. I shall find it. The problem is, I just have to, and like I said, because it's slightly humid today, it's going to make it even worse. See, that's still, and especially this first layer. If this first layer isn't dry, I'm going to get my exercise today. Hi, Rhonda. If I didn't say hello, by the way. Yeah, I can tell on my hands. Razor frazzing. Dang it. All right, let's get us our, because I just love Patty's idea of using, and I bought these at Michael's before the quarantine, before Christmas, I should say. Gold flakes. This is just the Craft Smart brand that was already, I didn't rip it up. This is how it came in the bag. But it looks so cool. And I probably should have put it down before the black paint, but so it'll be in the middle. Some of it, just like regular crusty bits, you never know what you're going to get. Some of it may stick. Some of it will come up on one pull. Some of it will remain on the plate. I'm just kind of smushing her down. I'm making a mess over here. These fries are frosting. It's like static clean. I need to find a better way to store those rather than that little bag, because it just, all it does is make a mess. All right, before I put on the next layer, let me get out a baby wipe here. Yeah, exactly, Safi. I gotta make sure I switch arms every once in a while so that my right forearm, the vein, anyway. I won't see it. So I don't normally clean my brayers, but when I go from black paint to, we're gonna go to a lighter color here, or a couple colors. Don't want it to be too muddy. All right. I don't know, I've got like Patsy Cline in my head today. I don't know why. I haven't listened to Patsy Cline in years. I don't know why it's in my head. Ooh, I haven't used this in a long time. One of the, what were these called from? Oh, sweet goodness, dropping stuff. Artist Seller. Architecture? this set. I have them in 12 by 12 and 8 now, and 6 by 6. Artistseller.com. I think they were called architecture. Anyway, some of my favorite stencils. Like I said, I haven't bought any stencils in probably 2 years, so if I don't have any new designs, my apologies. Well, if I'm going to be deli plating envelopes, let's see. We'll use some red. We've got National Crimson. Can't pronounce it. And then let's see, let's add some blue. Could be making a hot mess. Who knows? So I'm going to use a little ultramarine blue and crimson over here. Just using it up. Some of it may be chunky. Cathedral windows. I forget now. I don't know. I need to take notes. I need to go and check out Artist Seller if they're still selling stuff. Nothing worse than frustrating people with talking about things that people can't buy anymore. like that 100 Girls on Cheap Paper book. Okay, so that red, you can tell it's not spreading on my plate very well. Like I said, these paints are old, my friends. And they're definitely translucent, these two colors I chose. Which is all right. We're going to use white or something, white or cream as our last layer to pick it all up. So it'll show up nicely. Oh, did I already? Yes, Melody. Oh, it's such a habit. Thank you for understanding that I don't have my gun. That I could not find my hair dryer. I shall assure I have it. I wrote it down. It's on my to-do list for today. Find my hair dryer. All right, so this is old Julie Faye Fan Balzer Crafters Workshop stencil. The one from Artist Seller. I'm just going to add to this one. Oh, she's still doing stencils. Awesome. The Cathedral series? That sounds about right, actually. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Artist Seller was the first company that produced Jane Davenport stencils. Seller with a C. Oh, so I let that dry a little too long. Look like I took all of the paint off of there. I was reading chat. Let's take a sneaky peek. Well, it's almost impossible to take a sneaky peek because that side of my plate is too dirty. All right, so today I need to write that down on my to-do list. We need to find my We need to find the hair dryer. And what did I just say I need to find? Oh, I need to find the Murphy's Oil soap, which I think is just under this sink. And I need to clean my plate and my brayers. This plate, I might have damaged it too much. Like I didn't take care of it, right? Now, I don't really take care of my stencils necessarily, but I probably should have taken care of my plate a little bit more. Have a good day, Jamie H. 3 o'clock, half an hour till Z. So I put some blue, some red, some black. So should we use white or cream? Titan buff or titanium white? Well, no, when I say I didn't take care of it, it's like you saw how I stored it under there. The thing with jelly plates, you'll get dings in them. Dents, dings. You know, when I say it's damaged like that. I mean, if there's paint on it, crusty bits, whatever, I could throw that bad boy in the Murphy's Oil soap bath and it'll be fine. But what I mean is like when you set, I obviously had something heavy on it. There's dips in my plate and stuff. Know what I mean, Vern? That's what I mean about taking care of it. I should have stored it properly. I did not store it very well. All right, gotta make sure that this paint is dry or the last layer will not pick it up. It's as dry as we're gonna get. Let's try it, my friends. Should we do white or cream? Well, I have titanium white here, so I guess we'll just use the white. This last layer, the pickup layer, it's the most tricky. It's tricky business. If your paint layer is too thick, it's not going to pick up everything that's on your plate. It's just going to pick up the thickness, the excess paint that's on that top layer. So it does take a little practice. What I like to suggest, if you want a more concise video, check out my crusty bits, #crustybits technique. More concise video that will explain it a lot quicker. But really, you want this last layer, you want it to be translucent enough that you can see the stencils. You can see the layers underneath it. I'll show you. I need more paint. But that's the thing with monoprinting or jelly plating. It's just all about how the thickness of layers, playing around. That's why it's so fun. Monoprinting or, using a jelly plate or gel press or whichever one you got going on. You never know what you're going to get. All right, so I'm trying to get an even layer. Can you see that on my camera there? Probably not. So I can see the chevrons from Julie Faye Van Balzer's stencil there from the Crafter's Workshop. So we want a layer that's thick enough that I'm able to pick it up, but thin enough that, so it might not be. Well, let's just check. Who knows? Who knows? So I've got these envelopes I'll be using for Happy Mail. So I'm not going to print the entire envelope. I'll just hang that side off. Move my coffee. Should be working faster. So this is this is where we need to give it a 2-minute massage. Well, maybe not 2 minutes, but it's very important. This last layer, your pickup layer, that you really, I'm going to stand up for this. You want to really press into it. So my fingers are digging in. Sometimes it's harder. Like I have envelopes here, so, I'm fighting against the seams and such. Yeah, this big one is and it's silly. I have the clamshell case. That's the worst part about it. I have zero excuses, my friends, about how I stored this plate. I kept the case, so it's not like, zero excuses. And these, maybe they've come down in price. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in a while. When I bought this bad boy, there was no competition. Gelli Arts, they were the only ones making plates like this. Now they have competition. So maybe the prices have gone down with gel press. I don't know. So I'm really not digging into the plate, but I am putting enough pressure that my fingers are digging in. So I'm going to take a quick sneaky peek, pull up a little bit over here, see if we're going to get. Yeah, the case isn't rigid. Don't get me. That's for sure. The case for the jelly plates are not. And they might not even have a bigger size now. This is the big one. Anyways, my friends, I've said this before. Of all the art tools, things we've bought over the years, die-cut machines, this and that, I definitely have used my jelly plate the most, more than any other, art tool I've bought over the years that I can think of. All right, here we go. Air bubbles from the transparency leave blemishes over time too. Yes, and the protective transparency, and especially if it's dirty like mine. Tori, did you see, like, when we all bought it started with Jean. So when we all got our jelly plates years ago when they first came out, it only came in 8x10, so we all had 8x10 plates. And then when the big bag, then this 12x14 came out, um, Jean had this amazing idea to cut her plate down rather than buying the 3x5s and all those whatever, to cut the plate, that her old 8x10 plate, down into smaller jelly plates and then have the, but great idea. Great idea. So I do have those underneath down here too. All right, everybody ready? See what we're going to get? Ooh. It's a nice little something for an envelope. Some crusty bits. Ooh, it's got some goldy bits on there. I don't know what Patty calls them. Hope she doesn't mind that I call them PTP Goldie Bits, because I love it. I like how there's a little bit of red in there, or the blue, the red. It is a best return on investment. Let me tell you, this is the most I've used of all the things I have. The jelly plates, definitely. I mean, how many times have I used my melting pot over the years, or my cinch, or I'm just looking around me over here. I mean, anything, right? Other than my heat gun, I guess. So look at that. So right here, that's a dip in my plate. When I talk about being damaged, that's a dip in my plate. And then what happens is you get these, blank spots. And no matter what you do, because there's a dip in, like plate's actually damaged. There's nothing I can do about that. I'll just have a bare spot every time I see a face, my friends. I just look down and see a face. Can you see a face there? I can really see. So some of those Goldie bits stayed on the plate. Check out Patty Tolly Parrish over here on YouTube. I almost said Ustream. Patty does an awesome jelly plate videos. That's where I got. So that made a hot mess. Interesting. But I see an eye right there, a nose. And this chevron, I mean, look at that. Doesn't it look like a mouth right there? There's a nose. Like her face, just like that. See, it goes like you see a curvature of her like jaw. Is it just me? That's freaky. And then lastly, yeah, so that middle layer that I had, the pink and blue, or the crimson and the blue, not much of it showed up because, well, the black layer probably wasn't dry completely. And the pink, or the crimson and the blue, the red and the blue are translucent colors, so it definitely can't. Anyways, that's definitely grungy. Definitely grungy. And I still have. Do you guys remember? I took notes. Do you remember that one years ago I did with all my, some of the prints that I love the most when we first did the crusty bits, and I do in my Midori. I have them all those combinations wrote. Oh, sweet gee. Drink some coffee, Paula. I have it documented in one of my Midoris that I took notes that stream years ago, because in the layers of paint, right, and in the orders of paint, the color combinations that I like the most, I wrote down. And the melting pot, I mean, I need to buy, it's right here. Oh, who remembers that stream? If you've used a melting pot. So I've had the melting pot from, I bought it the first Club Scrap Retreat I went to, so that would have been 2002 or 3. Anyway, early 2000s, I had a melting pot. And I mean, Suze Weinberg back then was still doing stuff with Ranger, and they had the liners. Anyway, I used the melting pot a few years ago in Burlington when I was first started streaming, and it would not melt. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? It would not melt no matter what. I'm like, I added more in. We was fighting with it. I'm like, what? Long story short, my friends, I had a liner. I hadn't used that melting pot in so many years that underneath, so on the bottom, in the actual melting pot was UT. Who knows how old. And then on top of that was one of the liners. They sold the liners. And so of course I wasn't melt the UT that was in the liner. The new UT I put in wasn't melting because there was UT underneath it. Embarrassing. How not to use the melting pot. But I was thinking about, it the other day with the wax, like the wax pellets I have and stuff. So Artful Dabbler Tori is saying she uses it mini. You bake clay. How do you bake clay? You're just baking on the bottom. You have to flip it over. Bye, Safia. I don't know, but I mean, I still have some of those old molds from years ago. Anyway, melting pot. What? That was an embarrassing stream. How not to use the melting pot. So I'll add some layers on top of those. My poor plate. I think I definitely need to, this needs to go sit in about, I mean, the other side is just as bad, my friends, if not worse. And I mean, look at how I should get rid of this. This is not doing anybody any favors either. Maybe it's time I invest in a new one, but maybe in a couple months. Use what I have first. Use what I have first. It's my own fault. I mean, I've got that circle one. The circle one that is a gel press that I bought in Maryland at the Queen's Ink. So I haven't even used that one very often. Excuse my face there. This is one of the from my original plate. So my circle one is not too bad. The gel press, I think that one was. And then my face is so bad. Here's the rest of the original one, where I said how Jean taught us how to cut. Jean is our friend music scrap. Jean taught us how to cut our 8x10 plate into 4 smaller plates. So that says like a 3 by whatever and 5 by 7. Yeah, I'm gonna go soak this bad boy. I'm gonna fill my bathtub with water and we gotta be careful because it makes it slippery. Murphy's oil soap makes it slippery. I did that once. I filled like, just a couple of inches with water, add a little bit of Murphy's oil soap, and then just threw in a whole bunch of stencils. It made the bathtub so slippery after that. Bad news, my friends, bad news. So what I have now, I did buy and I still have it in my out there. I bought it like at Dollarama, a kitty litter box. So it's just like a cheap kitty litter box is like 3 inches deep or whatever, like the absolute cheapest of basic kitty litter boxes, not one with like the round thing, whatever, just a tub, whatever was the cheapest thing, and like $2 at Dollarama. And then I'll soak my stuff in there because slippery my friends, and that is not fun. So we didn't do much today. A whole lot of talking as usual. A whole lot of talking, not a lot of art. But for me, just showing up, coming on live every day in the mornings or early afternoons or whatever, whether I'm cleaning or chatting or we're looking at books, we're looking at old art, we're hanging out, I'm so grateful that you guys are here. I shall see everybody tomorrow, hopefully at Didi's, and then sometime during the day. Don't know when tomorrow, probably later afternoon. But or in between Didi and Janet, depending on how long Didi streams. Who knows? See you around sometime tomorrow, anyways. And I shall see everybody else in the 15 minutes over at Xandra on Xandra's stream. Is she still Scraps to Beauty over here on YouTube, or did she change it to her name? Thank you so much. Hi, Julie. Bye, Julie. Hello. Hi, Diana. On a Big Shot. Yeah, I have a big kick. My wonderful friend Laurel gave me one of those. And I actually just looked at some of my dies and embossing folders the other day. Still works well. One day I'll get that waffles, drawing with waffles or whatever, watercolor, like that wheel stamp and die set, the swatching one. I think I'd actually use it. Zandra, I'm just waiting to see. Maybe I don't know if Eileen's still here. She could throw in a link just in case. I don't want to say Zandra's last name if that's not what it is. Is it still Scrap? And I can't check because both my phone and my tablet are dead. Is she Scraps to Beauty here on YouTube's? Or is it her, or does she go by her name? I think it's Scraps to Beauty. I forget because I subscribe. You're welcome, Joan. Thank you for being here. I believe it is Scrapsby. Okay, thanks so much, my friends. So everybody go and if you're not already subscribed to Zandra, search Scraps, Scraps, to Beauty over here on YouTube. I'll be over there in the chat. Can't wait to see what Zandra's been working on lately. And we'll see you all over there. Thank you so much, everybody, again for being here. I'll see you on the internets. Much love, my friends. Thank you, Jane, for the link.